Now I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but after 2 years and 4 months after buying Elden Ring, around 28 months, that's about 121 weeks, around 20,440 hours, I have finally completed Elden Ring. Even though it's taken me this long to complete the game, if you are thinking about trying this game or you want to complete it, I'm going to run through some of the lessons I have learned, which I flipping wish I knew at the beginning, which will make your playthrough a hell of a lot easier. No! No! And one small tip is that you need to make sure you believe you can become eldenlord. We are ready.
Can you help me with the shopping?
Let's go. We are...
Anton, can you make me a coffee?
Oh, seriously, Els, you're really annoying me. I want to play this damn game.
You're gonna pay for that.
Now, back in 2023, I couldn't wait to play Elden Ring. But if it was anything like Demon Souls, you know I was gonna be ready. Turns out I wasn't. Now, mistake number one I did when I first started playing Elden Ring was that Horizon Forbidden West came out literally the week before, I believe. And for some reason, I decided to play two of the biggest open world games at the same time, which I never actually do. I usually like combining a smaller game with a bigger open world game, but because I was starting YouTube, I thought I'm just going to play both. And it really did affect my enjoyment, more so for Forbidden West. It was just way too overwhelming trying to complete those two games. I went from something like Elden Ring, where there was just full freedom for exploration, and then when I was going back to Forbidden West, it was the kind of same old amazing open world, but a cursor on the screen, follow this, talk to this person. I was used to the same Ubisoft games. I really enjoyed them, even though they was kind of so easy. You're just following something, fighting some enemies, and that's it.
So you want me to deliver it to the politician?
Letter?
You read me like an oracle.
Well done. That is one of the hardest missions we ever put in a Ubisoft game. You have earned...
I just delivered a letter.
You have earned 10 Helix credits.
What the?
No, wait, I take that back. Five Helix credits.
So going into Elden Ring, I thought I'm not going to research anything. I want to do minimal research, and I'm just going to learn as I go along. How far did that get me?
I'm getting better at the rolls. Maybe not.
Straight out of the gate of Elden Ring, I was mesmerized by the sheer artwork and beauty of the game. Spoke to an NPC at the start, can't even remember what they said. The storyline is so much different from your typical AAA cutscenes. You have to piece the story together yourself, and I just kind of breezed through the dialogue. Even to this day, I don't actually know the full story of Elden Ring. What? And to be honest, don't kill me for anyone who loves the story. I don't actually care. What the f? I love the game and the art style and the world. I know I have to become eldenlord and I'm a tarnished. They were abandoned or something? That was my biggest mistake. You have to focus on every bit of dialogue you get from the game. Do a lot of research beforehand to understand the story. I don't actually know the story. Now, all I know is that tarnished are individuals who lost the grace of the Erdtree and were consequently banished from the lands between by Queen Marika the Eternal. I didn't read that off Google. Anyways, I carried on and embarked on my journey, forgetting what that other NPC said. And then I saw another NPC on the horse and I thought, let's go speak to this person.
Okay, here we go. Hello, mate. Are you going to tell me where to go?
yeah. After 25 hours, I finally defeated that random boss. And the only bit of direction the game gives you is the Sight of Grace. The light from each Sight of Grace. This is the only thing the game's given me. It's telling me to go over to this place. I'm just going to follow it. And quickly, I found myself to the first boss and I thought, finally, let's do this.
Oh, hell no!
After like literally dying so much, I thought, listen, I'm under-leveled. You need to get a lot of runes so you can use them to level up. So I thought, why not just embark on this journey? I'm just going to fully explore other areas. And that's what I loved about this game very early on. And the best things I could invest in, I thought, was endurance, strength. As I got armor, I needed to increase my endurance. I think it's my endurance. So I was able to roll quickly, but also get stronger at the same time. Now, fast forward a hell of a lot of time. I found every boss a massive flipping struggle. It took me so long because, again, I didn't really research much and I chose the traditional sword and shield. That's what I like to play in Demon Souls. A lot of people will say you don't have to do that, but because I wasn't researching, I thought, I don't care. I'm just going to try my best. The sheer adrenaline and the sense of accomplishment after I beat these bosses. And I was like, how the hell did I do this after 45 times? Gosh! Woo! Let's go! Woo! No! Come on! Yes! Woo! This was me not knowing about talismans, getting the summoner's bell and spirit ashes, which will allow you to summon some help in your fights, which, oh my gosh, near the end of the game, why didn't I do this earlier? You get the spirit calling bell for free at night at the Church of Ella after you recover your horse Torrent from a Sight of Grace after speaking to Melina, who will offer a bargain. But if you haven't got the spirit calling bell because you progressed too long in the game, you will have to go to the round table hold. Talismans, I didn't actually know how important these were, and pretty much they are. They're quite important. Every little helps. Tesco. Talismans add buffs to your characters and it can vary from faster stamina regeneration, increasing your weight capacity, or increased damage in some way. There are so many to get in the game which I have nowhere near got hardly any. There are 8 legendary talismans and there are guides online which I'm looking now because even though I've beaten the main game and I am eldenlord, I'm still very much a beginner. Now, as I said, I'm a traditional sword and shield person. That's just how I wanted to play the game. Did make my life a lot harder, but still. Now, to upgrade, of course, I didn't know you need runes. No, I did, but in terms of upgrading my weapons. But I didn't actually know you need smithing stones as well. There are 2 types, regular and somber. And you can find these throughout the world on dead bodies or certain locations. So make sure you upgrade your weapons and make sure you get a good weapon. As I found weapons throughout the game, I just made sure I was like, okay, this one looks good. It's working for me. I'm just going to upgrade it after when I researched it and I realized how to upgrade. It just worked for me. Was it the best? No, I can't even remember what sword I had. You're going to get a lot of weapons throughout the game. And again, another thing I didn't realize is that you can respec your character. Didn't actually know that for a very, very long time till you guys started helping me. There's going to be certain weapons you get in the game that is going to require a certain amount of stats, and sometimes you're not going to have those stats. You can go back to the academy, somewhere in the academy, and you can respec your character. Can't remember what you need, one of you guys will say, but you will trade something with this person and then you can totally respec all your points. And again, this was massive for when I got different weapons, and the one best weapon I got, which was the Blasphemous Blade. which we'll come to. After I had a certain weapon, which again, can't remember what I had, it was just hack and slash, I thought I'm not going to give up on this game until I got to the fire giant. Oh, Alright. I wasn't aggressive enough. Hey, listen. It's practice. Hey, listen, practice. And then I gave up for around 2 years. Until you guys convinced me, you're going to do this. We want you to play Elden Ring. We can help you.
Assemble.
These nuts.
But anyways, I can't remember what exactly weapon I was using, but my gosh, did it get me through some hard flipping bosses. I still can't believe that I beat bosses like Radahn, which took me so freaking long. Godric the Grafted. Oh my, that was so flipping hard. I just feel like I fluked all of these damn bosses. The Red Wolf of Radagon, Ancestor Spirit, which by far was my absolute favorite. That boss was like an elegant dance. Magma, Godfrey, oh my gosh, Godfrey. Flipping hell, that was so flipping hard. How did I do it? I don't know. There are much more bosses that I've beaten, but I can't actually remember how many I've done. And let me just say, it doesn't need to be that hard. It doesn't. I just made it hard for myself. Like, even with the fire giant, I think I just had like a knife or something. I think a lot of you were like, how the hell have you got this weapon? Eventually, I managed to beat the fire giant, but my gosh, it could have been made a lot easier.
2 hours later. 24 hours later. 75 years later.
No matter how weak I was or how much harder I made it, I'm a great believer in these games where if you just learn the patterns of these enemies and you learn when to dodge, you learn exactly what they're doing. No matter how strong I get, either way I have to learn that, because if you don't, you're still going to get battered. That's my thinking behind it, and it kind of worked for majority of these bosses. I might have been a little bit underleveled. If I learn the patterns and their attack sequences, if I can dodge them, I'm gonna win. I don't care if I do this till Timbuktu. But alongside making sure you have a flippin' good weapon, you need to make sure you upgrade your sacred flask. When I found some golden seeds and some sacred tears, at Sight of Grace you could then upgrade these. Golden seeds increase the charge of each flask, whilst the sacred tears upgrade the potency of them. And just make sure you look for these in the world. And another flask that I realized that is so important, which didn't actually realize you can actually change and mix certain things to give you more buffs. The Flask of Wondrous Psychic.
You didn't know you could customize that to help you with certain bosses.
Okay, I forgot. Seriously.
And you didn't know that you found this item at the 3rd Church of Marika, located in East Limgrave.
Don't try and embarrass me in front of everyone.
Amateur.
And the reason why these are so important is because when I beat Mahog, that second phase of that fight, oh my gosh, the blood loss was near instant.
What's he doing? Holy Jesus! Oh my! Oh God! Oh, if I'm not dead now, I'm gonna be. What?
Got him! Got him!
And I thought, how the hell am I meant to do this? And then again, you guys in the community were like, you listen, you need to change your Wondrous Psychic flask thing to help combat that blood loss, which it flipping worked just before he went into that second phase. But apart from not knowing that there are better weapons out there that are going to massively help you, for majority of the game, I did get away with the sword and shield, even after I beat the fire giant. But that is when I got one of the best weapons in the game, or I think it's the best weapon in the game, and I've continued it all the way through to the end of the game, is the Blasphemous Blade. Oh my gosh, I flipping love this weapon. And I managed to upgrade this to the very match. And did I need it? Because, oh my gosh, with that skill Taker's Flame, oh my gosh, is it incredible. The ranged attack for this weapon just helped out so much. And whilst using my Mimic Tier, one of my summons, which we're going to get to, these bosses literally are distracted with my Mimic Tier. And then obviously for me from afar, I can use my Blasphemous Blade with the Taker's Flame. And then I'm dealing a lot of damage whilst keeping a distance. So even if they turn to me, I've got quite a lot of distance between them.
Oh! Yay!
It also heals you as well with every attack. It's a no-brainer. You're gonna need this. I've heard that they've actually reduced the amount of damage it does, literally in the base game a while back. Now, one of the summons you will get in the game is the Mimic tier, which is basically a replica of you. And it is my partner in crime. And you can upgrade this with spirit tuning, but before you can, you have to complete the Rodrika questline. Then after that, you just need to collect some Glovewort and Ghost Glovewort to begin. Honestly, don't be like me, and during the Fire Giant, I just used my damn jellyfish. With all the things I've said, there's one thing this game does so different from any other game I have played. It is the sheer adrenaline whilst playing. When I'm getting to the end of these boss fights, I can feel my pulse rate rising. And when you finally get to the end and you're just one hit away,
What? No! 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 One more freaking hit.
when I died, when I had one hit to go on a few last boss, I was just like, why? Why me? Why? You're a failure. You're useless.
Okay!
You have a bad hairline.
Hey!
But the fact that there's no pause button in the game as well, that pissed me off, because if I just paused it, because of my disability, I couldn't pause the game. I just thought that's why I lost.
There are long-term disabilities, there are situational disabilities, there are temporary disabilities. It counts as a disability where a video game like Elden Ring is concerned if you have a kid.
The sheer enjoyment, the accomplishment, how good you feel afterwards, because you're like, I earned this. I put so much effort into this. And
What? What? Yes! Okay! Oh my god! We did it! We did it! We did it! Oh my god!
how? I don't even know how I did it. You have to earn the right, and I just think playing a game like Elden Ring for an average gamer like myself, a lot of people might want to play it, but the one thing that might put them off is the sheer amount of time it takes. Now, if you have kids or you just don't have a lot of time, what I recommend, which would be a lot easier, if you're not exploring in the game, if you're not going to be like, I'm going to spend half an hour just exploring, I recommend you join our Discord. We've got a massive community, and there's also an Elden Ring section where people can help you. I recommend before you play, if you know you're going to focus on, I want to beat 2 bosses, or I want to find these items, going online, getting some help, or going for a walkthrough and planning out what you're going to do if you want to play this game. If you feel like, I'm going to go and do this and level up, and then you just spend an hour doing nothing, it can feel a bit like, my gosh, I've got to go work tomorrow. If I just planned out what I was going to do and I researched how to do it and where I needed to go, I would have saved myself so much time. Now, that's not to say just exploring in the game isn't enjoyable, because I spent hours just leveling up, seeing what is around, and I love that in the game. I totally recommend that as well, because that is where most of the fun is, where I'm like, my gosh, I just came across a boss and I managed to beat it. So sometimes, I'm not saying plan everything out, but my gosh, when you do explore and you just take your time, you're like, I don't know what I'm going to find. But there's also an amazing place to get runes. Just the place before you get to Mahout, the elevator down. There's like quite a few enemies, and if you've got the Blasphemous Blade, per like 6-7 enemies, which you can kill in about 30 seconds, it's over 20,000 runes. I did that for about half an hour, and I got like 200,000 runes. And I leveled up so much before I managed to beat Mahout. Even though I listened and I learned a lot off you guys from the community, I felt like I stayed true to myself. I made sure I carried on with my sword and shield. Well, I kind of ditched the shield eventually. I even double-handed my Blasphemous Blade, which it deals more damage. But I kind of kept true to what I wanted. And for me, it's a great achievement because I've beaten the game and I've played the way I wanted to play. But for me, my greatest achievement was...
meeting me.
What? Yeah, we're talking about Elden Ring though, you know. Yes, but we're talking about Elden Ring. My bet.
Are you freaking serious?
Never mind. Now, my goal with Elden Ring now is to continue the DLC, which we started the other day, and there's 10 new bosses, and I've already completed 2, and I was like, wow. Again, I surprised myself. Have to say, it is a beautiful DLC. Do I know what's going on?
Not really.
I'm going to focus on leveling up and collecting everything possible before doing a new game plus, because it's only going to get harder. I still can't believe after 2 years I've beaten the game. But I want to know your thoughts about this video and what I've done in Elden Ring. Are you going to play it? Have you played it? Has this video helped? Is it a waste of time? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know. Let's take a look at the comment of the day from my previous video. 12 survival games that you can play on PS4 and PS5. Shout out to Zero Connection and thank you for the support, my friend. It means more than you can know. The humor, the editing and overall production quality of your videos are always top notch. Been a subscriber for more than 8 months and I've never seen you phone it in once. Can't wait until this becomes a full-time gig for you. Thank you for the comment and again for the support, my friend, because the goal is full-time eventually. And I have to just say we are doing very, very well. I'm happy where the channel's going. Yes, it's very hard. I've got another editor for my other channels and also the fitness channel, which will be launching hopefully once a week very soon. Even though it's hard, I just still love making videos. But if I could do this for the rest of my life, which I want to, mate, we're gonna get there 100%. Before I end this video, I need to sort out Els and put her in her place, trying to flip and stamp her authority to change. I have to go.